Hello, my dear friends. Today I will discuss with you about the what is setup time, what is hold time, and the delay time. You're looking, there's clock pulse plus 5 level is assumed as 1, and 0 level is okay, of course. Let it as 0. In a perfect world with 0 delay and 0 rise and fall time, you're looking at this pulse an ideal pulse, is exactly there's no time for which it is rising from bottom to some high level. It is not taking time from going high to the bottom level. Of course, and practically there is always some time, the time during which it goes from bottom to high, and time for which it comes from high to low. So if we are in a perfect world, then and with 0 delay and 0 rise and fall time, therefore ideal flip-flop should not require much the setup time or the hold time. There's no requirement at all. You're looking like a D flip-flop here. Like clock, if the clock is 0, if the clock is disabled, there's no clock, then whatever you give it the D, that is immaterial, the flip-flop will retain its previous state like Q. So if the clock is low, whatever the D value, the flip-flop will retain its last value. Okay. When the clock is high, you give the clock, then if T is 0, Q is 0. If T is 1, Q is 1. Okay. So this is the ideal case there if there is no delay. Okay. Then, so ideal flip-flop should not require shouldn't require much setup and hold time. There's no much requirement. Okay. There will be small because even if we say like if it is ideal, it takes some time. Maybe it is a fraction of the second. Okay. Now in a non-perfect world, we need to have the most setup and hold time due to the signal timing. This to remember, for the non-perfect world, we have to consider the setup time and hold time, etc. Uncertainties, rise and fall time of signals, threshold, and the transition window of the flip-flop, etc. You're looking here at the circuit. There's an AND gate. Here it is a clock. Here it is a NOT gate. If we give the clock, this clock at this point, what happens? The clock will arrive here, but through the NOT gate, when the clock passes, when it passes through the NOT gate, it becomes inverted. So this is a clock, this is inverted. But just look here. It is not exactly like this rising part. It's not here. There's some delay because even the NOT gate takes some time. Okay. So from here to here, it is the delay. So it is not matching exactly. Now what happens? The AND gate response now. AND gate, if clock is high and if this is high at this point, it is high, and then passing through the NOT gate, it is high. The the AND gate give its response that it becomes high. If we think that AND gate is not giving any delay, then if AND gate also delay, so this pulse will be somewhat shifted. Okay. So, but when this high level, it comes low level, then there will be no pulse. So, what it is, what we are showing here, that even the NOT gate takes some times. NOT gate, inserts some delay, and then AND gate also inserts some delay. Okay. So here look, What's the setup time? Like if this is the t data is here, data is here. The clock is changing like this. Now this is edge of the clock. From edge to this side, from edge to this side, there is setup time and the hold time. This side is setup time, this time is hold time. And if the data is good, then data should not change in the setup time and in the hold time. And you will put a question, okay, what about the timing? I mean the amount in millisecond, this one and this one, but it depends upon the particular gate. So this is different from different gates, okay, but data should not change during the setup time or during the hold time. So edge to this side is setup, edge to right hand side is the hold. So setup time of a flip-flop refer to the amount of time the data input should be held constant before rising or falling the edge of the clock. So setup is before, okay, maybe it's rising, maybe the same is the case of the falling edge. And hold time is what? That's on the right hand side is the hold time. Amount of time the data input should be held constant. So data should be constant. This is very important. Data should not change. That's the whole time. Okay. Thank you very much. Hello, my dear friends. This is a clock pulse, and this is a clock pulse, and then rising edge shown. This is our data, okay, increasing, constant, and high level and low level. This is a line drawn perpendicular down. Now this is between the two lines, setup time. From line to left hand side, there's a setup time. You draw this line, and there's no right hand side, wrong. We draw left hand side. This is setup time. Okay, this perpendicular, this line, this is again setup time. This line between the two, setup time. This is good that you to see data should not change in the setup time. No data changing setup, no data changing setup, low level, no changing. So this data is exactly correct. The data should be like this. It should not change during the setup time. Okay, this much. The setup time which we took here is arbitrary, and let's consider the case of the D flip-flop. Okay, if the data comes at D, that appears at Q. If this is high level, the output high. Okay, we draw the lines perpendicular down here from the edges to just notice about what is the output. Okay, so now to draw the output, because here the level is up and the edge appears, so output goes high. Then this is again high. Then at here the data is low at this edge, so it becomes low, and again the data is low. It's okay, Q. That's a good, Now consider this case. Okay, this is a clock, this is the data. Now between the setup time, the data is changing here. So here the setup, between the setup time, this data is good, no change here. Now here the setup time to the left hand side of the edge, the data is changing here. Now here comes the problem, because we cannot predict about what happens if the data change during the setup time. So we are not predicting what happens. So this continues because it started at here. Okay, here it is good because the level is high. Okay, and it goes high. Now coming here, this edge again, this comes between the setup time. This again not predictable. So not predictable mean question mark. Again, this is a the clock. This is data. This is data. So now this whole time is on the right hand side. Like this data comes in the whole time wrong. Here it is stable. during the whole time this data is okay. This is not okay. Okay, if the data is stable in between during the whole time, that data is good. So D1 is not good, D2 is okay, because D1 data is changing within the whole time. Now look, this is a clock pulse and this one is the data. The clock pulse is like, now this is exactly the real clock pulse, because not instantly going high. So at the middle point, from the middle point, we draw a line to left hand side. You'll notice this is setup time. So from the mid to this one again the setup time. So from yellow line the right hand side is the whole time, and yellow line to this side is the whole time. Now notice about that here, that this setup time is good because data is stable. This during this setup time is good because data is stable. This is stable hold. This is not good because during hold the data is changing. Okay. This is not okay. Okay, fine. Thank you.